Hello beautiful people, this video is about DIY distressed embroidered denim. You need pair of denim shorts, tweezers, scissors, chalk marker, needle and some embroidery floss. I started by marking out the length to make it a little shorter and cut it off. Repeating the same on the other side. First, I'll be marking out where I want to distress the denim. I drew a box and made tiny little snips. Make sure the cuts are straight. With the help of tweezers, I'm pulling the vertical blue strings. I'm just marking out different shapes and repeating the same steps. After it's done, you need to put it in the washer. It will look way more distressed like this, and I really like the way it turned out. Now comes the embroidery part. I started working on the backside of my shorts. I made some tiny flowers with stem and leaves. I first drew the design. The stitch is called daisy stitch. Come up at one end of the flower and go back down on the other end. Then bring the needle at the tip of the flower. Leave a loop and bring the needle right through that loop. Pull it and one more stitch to hold the loop in place. Tie a knot at the back to secure the stitch. For the center of the flower, I'll be using a stitch called French knot. Place the needle against the thread. Wrap the thread around the needle twice. Take the tip back down next to where you came up. Then pull the needle right through the knot like this. I'm going to fill the center of the flower. Again, at the back, tie a knot to secure it. I'm making the stem with a long stitch. To hold the stitch, bring back the needle up and lock it. And continue doing this all the way up. For the leaves, make 2 small stitches in the shape of a V and a longer stitch at the center. For this flower, I'll be making 3 or 4 stitches of different length for each petal. To cover the center part of the flower, I'm filling with French knots. Here I am making a tiny rose. First, stitch a star. This is called spider woven wheel stitch. Bring the needle into the bottom of the V. Weave it over and under the spokes as shown. Continue doing this until you cover the spokes and bring it below and tie a knot. As you can see, I used different shades of brown for the stem and different shades of green for the leaves, which makes it look pretty. For the front side of the shorts, I painted these flowers as a reference. I have finished the left side of the shorts. Now I'll be working on the right side. I'm making same flowers. Let's begin with red flower. For the red flower, I'll be first drawing 2 circles. With fabric glue, stick the mirror in the center. Wrap the thread 5 times around the finger, bring the needle below and bring the needle through the loop. Pull it tight. Repeat the same thing, bring the needle below and bring the needle through the loop and pull it tight. Please be careful while doing this, do not hurt your finger. So this will act like a base for the mirror to stitch around it. It should look like this. Place the base on the mirror, bring the needle below, come up right next to it and pass it through the base, then go back down between the 2 stitches and come up and pass it through the base, and repeat the same thing for 1 full circle. And to secure the stitch at the back, split the thread and tie a knot couple of times. Using the red thread, I am stitching the spokes, same as spider woven wheel. Bringing the needle up, going over and below the spokes, continuing the same thing until you cover the spokes. Bringing the needle at the back and tying a knot to secure it. For the outer circle, using darker red and repeating the same steps. For the leaves, I'll first make the outline using split stitch. Come up from the back on the line and go back. Split the stitch in half and come up again. Go back, split the stitch in half, come up. Keep repeating the same thing until you finish the outline. Now I'm filling in the leaf with straight stitches. For the white flower, I'm repeating the same things, stitching the outline first using split stitch. Filling in the petals with straight stitch, also called satin stitch. Just come up from one end and go back down on the other end. For the yellow flower, I'm using light yellow embroidery floss. I'm filling the design using split stitch, just filling in the shapes. For the larger petals, I used mustard yellow embroidery floss, and I'm just doing the same steps, filling it with split stitch. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.